everyone, and welcome to my channel, The Demon Slayer. I am back at it again, here to give you another general tarot card reading. See what the universe has for us. What message, what lesson we need to learn, what demon we need to slay. We're here for it. Right off the bat, we have Monkey See, Monkey Do in the reverse. What else do we have here, universe? We have Recalling Memories in the reverse. I am working with pre-shuffled card decks, so just FYI. We have false readings here. Alright, let's see what else we have. We have Liberation in the reverse. We have Stable in the reverse. We have Triumph in the reverse. We have Ten of Cups in reverse. We have Six of Cups in reverse. And we have the Eight of Cups. We have Balanced Overindulgence in the reverse. Raising the Stakes in the reverse. Man. We have Family Dynamics in the reverse. Ascension in the reverse. Bro. Discover in the reverse. Trustworthy in the reverse. We have Six of Pentacles out here. Oh, and with the Queen of Wands right underneath that. We'll take that. All right, one more from our angel deck. We have the Empress in reverse. Woo! Somebody's out here doing the most, man. The most. Some kind of karmic energy is really out here in this 3D world and really walking this plane thinking that this is their playtime arena. Like they can just flick their wand and make everybody do exactly what they want to. But there's something at play here. It's like this person is not, because they're ignoring reality, they're going to be hit so much worse. But the truth of the matter is, you've got players in this game who are pretending to go along with this. They're pretending so that this false magician can feel like they're an actual magician. Because here's the thing, this is true about the world, like, so keep this in mind. But we all have free will, right? But as long as, you know, we're respecting one another and we're abiding by universal law. So it's like there are people who will purposefully be put in certain people's paths to pretend to okay, let me give you an example. Let's say there's a toxic person that only likes weak, vulnerable people around them because they're easily manipulable, okay? And so that's what they do, is they seek these people out, and they, you know, those are the people that are characters in their environments. Well, imagine someone like from the FBI or CIA or some kind of spy who's trained to switch up their personality from one moment to the next. You know, they're really that good. Imagine them, if somebody caught on to what they were doing, imagine a spy going in and infiltrating, basically. They're going in and they're pretending like, you know, they're stupid, basically. They just pretend like they're stupid, like they're weak, they're vulnerable, they're this or that. But all for the simple fact of being a witness, an actual witness to the actual crimes and violations against universal law that this toxic person is doing, you know, which in reality they're manipulating people's free will in this example that I'm giving. So anyway, this spy is basically put there. They act as a witness. They act as not always a protector. Usually they're not there to protect anybody. They're really just there for information purposes, to act as a witness so that the individual, the toxic individual, can be brought to justice for doing the things that they're not supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we've got those energies going on right now. So we have our karmic energy right now, who's absolutely doing the most and absolutely convinced that their magic is real and that it's working and it's never going to break, and that they're top of the food chain and will never be anything lower than that. Okay. Then there's also an energy here. I don't want to call it a divine energy per se, but we'll just say an investigative energy is present. And they're kind of lurking in the shadows, pretending like they're just one of these little pawns that this person can just throw out at any given moment. But really, they're just excellently trained to go in and get the information that they need. So let's start the reading. We've got monkey see, monkey do in the reverse, right next to balanced overindulgence in the reverse. And that's probably, I feel like that's probably how somebody was able to catch on to what this toxic karmic person is doing with their manipulations. Like, they want their little minions to monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? So if this person does it, then they expect everybody to do it. But the balance, whoever this is, does not balance their indulgences. They don't space them out enough. They don't cleanse. They don't take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has right and room and space for indulgence in their life. But indulgence is not indulgence can take over if if it goes overboard. So whoever this is, they're indulging in something over, like they're not balanced. They're creating such an imbalance that other people outside of them who they hoped would never find out that they are manipulative like this, they're looking at them because they're no longer balanced. They're not walking straight. This has a lot of sexual energy, so I think sex is one thing that somebody's overindulging in. But I also feel like it might have some substance as well. So like, it doesn't have to be drugs per se. It could be, food. It could be something that you put into your body and you digest. So I feel like it's sex, and I feel like it's some kind of substance that this person is overindulging in and with. That is right above liberation and ascension, which is absolutely nuts. I'm telling you, this person was basically trying to create a band of misfits, right? But it's one thing to be a band of misfits and so that you're with a group of people who like understand the misunderstanding, right? But this person, that's not their intentions. They wanted the band of misfits because they know that they have nowhere else to go, and they form this kind of like codependent relationship with them, and it just more or less is a way for them to like build an army for them. A loyal army, an army that will do anything for this person at the drop of a hat. Like this person wouldn't have to do anything. They would just kind of moan and groan and point that direction, and everybody would be on it. Everybody would be fixing that whatever issue this person has or had. They're really trying to ascend here through this group, which obviously is not working. They're not ascending like they thought they were. Somebody's also been reading a spell book. Oh, do we have demons at play here too? Let's clarify real quick. I'm curious. I'm seeing spell book. There is a spell book, but I don't know if we're talking like spell books involving demons. We have the King of Cups here. Are we talking demons as well? And the Ace of Wands. To me, that's a yes. They're dealing with demons here. Or a demon. It might not be all of their work, but they're involved with some kind of demonology here. Bro. It's like this person read something out of a book or a spell book or something that was supposedly promising this person an ascension of sorts. Y'all do realize that sometimes ascension means death, right? It means like you physically die. But either way, the ascension that this person was thinking that they were going to have, they're not having it. In fact, they're not even any longer getting the opportunity for liberation. They're not going to be able to get past, in this lifetime, they're not going to be able to get past what they've already created for themselves. They're going to be stuck in it and with it. Right below that, we have the Ten of Cups and we have the Six of Pentacles here. The Ten of Cups reversed, that is. So this person doesn't understand the difference between being rich and being wealthy. They don't understand. They were never given they don't share a good relationship, a healthy relationship with money or finances. So on our next line, we have recalling memories in reverse and raising the stakes. So, in the reverse, that is. That really tells me that somebody in the past really cared about this person when they were growing up. I don't know if this is like, I'm kind of getting like grandparent kind of vibes. But it literally could just be anyone. Anyone who helped raise this person or helped coach this person in life when they were a child, or 18 or under. I kind of get it feels like they're gone. They're not here anymore. If this is a grandparent energy, they're not here anymore. And this karmic person out here doing the most, doing all, and I really get a feminine energy, okay? It could be masculine, it could be a male, it could be a guy or a girl, right? But we're talking about somebody who has too much karmic feminine energy. This is karmic femininity. But some ancestor is really trying to get to this person and open their eyes and their heart. But this person, this karmic energy, is closed off. They're not trying to recall memories because apparently within their memory bank, they've got too many bad memories. And they feel like if they start thinking about this grandparent energy or anything that could or would have been good back then, they really have a huge fear of everything else rolling out and taking over their mind. Raising the stakes in reverse. That's just them, like whoever this is, they keep trying to raise a stake. It's like every fall this person takes, every hit they take, it's like, okay, well, I'll just do more than that the next time. And they do. And then they fall harder on their face. And then they're like, okay, well, I'll just try harder next time. And then they fall even harder on their face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not one of those situations where it's not getting any better. You know what I'm saying? It's not getting any better. And the whole reason why is because they're unethical. They're unethical in their actions. And that's the only reason why. If anybody else, let's say somebody who's not on the unethical spectrum, if somebody was working on an invention of some kind, or some kind of invention that would revolutionize a technology that we have, right? You can keep working at that and you can keep getting better, just like a craft or skill or anything like that. The more you practice, the better you get. And it's like this person expected that to happen, and they're not, really understanding why they're not getting better at this spell work. And the fact of the matter is, it's just fucking evil. It's unethical. You're violating other people's free will. You're violating universal law. So, karmic, if you're watching this, there's your answer. Alright, under that we have stable and discover in the reverse. So yes, this person is definitely losing stability, right? We already saw that with the imbalance that this person is creating for themselves. The discover in the reverse, that's because they're not listening to this ancestor that's talking to them. This ancestor has some serious messages to give this person, and they're just ignoring them. Underneath that, we have Six of Cups in the reverse with the Queen of Wands. This person is losing their heart. This person is really losing connection with their heart, and it's like I don't know if they realize it yet or not, but they are the ones cutting their own heart out. They're the ones doing the cutting. Like, I understand that this person has gone through some things in their childhood, but that's not what is cutting their heart apart. It's them. It's them, because they keep separating themselves further and further away from anything good, anything decent, anything loving in their life, you know? They've really, this person, this energy is really just given up on thinking that good things are possible in the world. Loving things exist, you know? As far as the mindset of this person, they just really don't believe that that exists. Not in a true fashion. Not in an authentic fashion. We have false readings here. And family dynamics in the reverse. Yeah, I'm telling you, that family dynamic, that's that ancestor coming back, trying to get through, and they're not. This person is not being receptive. We do have false readings here. So it could be that this person keeps trying to get back up on the horse, thinking that they're going to succeed again and again because they're receiving false readings. So it's either they're doing the readings, which if you're imbalanced, your readings will never be accurate, not fully. There's always some accuracy to every reading, right? So don't get me wrong. But the way that this person is choosing to read is just not it. And let's say they're not doing the reading for themselves and they're doing it through someone else. Whoever that someone else is literally giving them false readings. And I kind of get the impression that it's because this is the kind of person who is not going to accept anything but what they want to hear. So let's say you go to a reader who isn't so strict on ethics, right? So let's say if I were a crooked reader, or I were a reader who wasn't on the up and up, and somebody came and approached me and they're like, you know, and I know that they only want to hear what they want to hear, so okay, I'm going to bump up my price. Okay, we're going to do $500 a reading. Give me $500 and I will sit here and I will tell you exactly what you want to hear. I'm really picking up that energy. So somebody is taking advantage of this person and they don't realize. So if this karmic energy is not doing their own readings, and because the story can apply in many different places, past, present, and future, remember that. Okay, so it's either they're doing their own readings and they're not accurate because they're not connected to source, so they can't be all true. Or they're going to somebody who's taking advantage of the fact that this person is not going to hear anything but what they want to hear anyway. I mean, you know? It's one of those things, like, if you really just want to hear what you want to hear, then fine, do you. But, you know, you're also going to be missing out on the opportunity to grow by looking at yourself and realizing the reality behind things, you know? We have triumph in the reverse. This person is not succeeding with this ascension. They're not succeeding with leading this band of misfits into the abyss. Over that cliff, they really thought they were going to convince them to jump off and kill themselves, and they're not. And we have this trustworthy in the reverse. Self-explanatory. So we have below that the Eight of Cups and the Empress in reverse. They're losing everything very quickly. If it has not started yet, they're losing everything very quickly, and I have a feeling it's probably got to do with this investigative energy that I told you is existing within this band of misfits. Somebody doesn't belong. And this band of misfits that this person has pulled together, someone doesn't belong. Someone isn't actually that weak or blind or vulnerable. Somebody knows what's what. So that could be who is bringing in this swift action that is going to shut this person down for good from doing spiritual spell work. I'm not really seeing anything here about like 3D physical court or imprisonment or anything like that, but there will be restraint it looks like given to this person when it comes to like the witchcraft, the black magic, all of that. That's going to come to a close. A very abrupt close. Is there anything else that we should know about this particular reading? What about the band of Misfits? Are they going to open their eyes after this, or are they just going to continue to like love this person but love them from afar? What's going on here with our band of Misfits? We have Strength in reverse. I really get that. Thank God for this investigative energy, because the people in this group really aren't strong enough, even if they realize that they're just pawns and that they're being mistreated and abused and manipulated. Even if they were to realize that, they don't have the strength and they don't have the knowledge and the wisdom to know exactly how to handle this situation that they're in. And I really feel like that's why this investigative energy was sent in, was because, I don't know, some kind of, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling for words, but there is a huge energy behind this, and that's really what is drawing attention. It's drawing attention. I don't think this karmic energy expected that. They really did not. But they wanted attention, now they got it. We have the High Priestess here, right next to that Strength card in reverse. So yeah, just like I said, even if they knew and were fully aware, or are, they don't have the strength to get up and walk out. They don't. They're too attached. They're way too attached. They're too close. They're way too close. Is there anything else that we need to hear or understand or learn from this reading? You've got the Knight of Pentacles. I think the lesson here is right here in this card. Like, don't do black magic if you want to get anywhere in life. Like, this is not the way to go. This is not the way. You don't have to hurt people to be happy. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. You really don't. Even for those who seek control and are power hungry and greedy, like, believe it or not, you really don't have to hurt anybody to be happy. You really don't. Now, it's my opinion that people who are too power hungry and controlling, they don't have a good sense of self. They don't really know what they want in life. They don't really know, because they won't turn around and face themselves and learn. But alright, you guys, thank you so much for stopping in and sharing in this reading. It has been a minute. I greatly enjoyed it, and if you did too, please leave a like, share, subscribe, or comment. All of it helps this channel so I can get more messages out and reach more people and all of that good jazz. Alright, you guys, y'all have a wonderful evening or day wherever you wherever you are at, and whenever you are at. Yeah, I might need some sleep now. Alright, you guys, until our next reading, bye.